In the summer of 2011, students and researchers affiliated with near centres across Canada gathered at the 11th Annual National Gathering of Graduate Students in Aboriginal Health Research and the Aboriginal Health Research Network Secretariat Conference held at the University of Regina and First Nations University of Canada. Over 3 days, funders, graduate students, lead researchers, as well as respected Aboriginal community members and partners presented many different perspectives on the advancement of Aboriginal health research in Canada.
Nasivvik's main mandate is to move from research in the area of Inuit environmental health and to move from research on Inuit to research with Inuit and ultimately research by Inuit. And so community-based research is one of those ways that we can involve communities right from the start in identifying issues of importance and then in the planning of research and in actually conducting the research as well. And getting the communities involved, and the communities know what's best, they know what they need, and they're very happy usually to work with researchers and identify those needs and then address them.
A lot of communities have been reporting that they're seeing changes in ice conditions, and there's concern in communities and also in government and policymakers about what that means for people's safety out on the ice.
We're looking at the linkages between traditional knowledge and scientific knowledge of Arctic char because of concerns of the effects of the environment on this traditional food source and a request for community-based monitoring of this resource. So I'm working directly with the communities on looking at all of these aspects of understanding the char resource.
And so what we want to do is look at how the sea ice conditions affected the ability of Inuit hunters to procure country food, which is their traditional food, and then whether any difficulties or challenges or opportunities affected the level of food security at the community level.
People that are in Nain are the experts on this topic more than anybody else. They know their environment and they make decisions on a day-to-day level about how to keep themselves safe, and they know what it means to their health. And so by dealing with people in the community, by building relationships and gaining trust, then people will want to work with me, and then I can sort of hold up a mirror with the research and give a broad picture of what's going on in the whole community for people so that they can make better decisions. And it just makes research more relevant.
There's no way I could have understood the ecosystem that the fish live in had I not worked with these people, and there's absolutely no way I could have understood what they needed. So I had to have a personal relationship with them to understand how important the char was to them culturally, as a food resource, what the changes were that were happening, what they already knew about the environment, which would save me years and years of research, just going on their knowledge, and also what we had to look at to understand the fish.
We would go in and talk to them, and some people were just happy to have an open ear, and toward the end of it they'd say, you know, this is what we really need. We need researchers hearing our voices and voicing them on our behalf, because sometimes it's very hard for them to do that on their own.
And I would encourage everybody to not just think that if you go in and do traditional knowledge interviews that you get everything. There's so much more to it than that I think is really important to really, be grounded in their understanding of the world and their worldview.
You know, when you start your research, it's a lot about literature reviews and delving into all of this academic research, and it isn't until you really go there and engage with the community and speak to the people and live their lifestyle that you can actually fully appreciate it. And that's, I think, the greatest part of my research, was being able to do that.
The Nasivvik Centre not only supported the idea of having a mixed methods or multidisciplinary research project, they're also supportive of exploring and understanding how the environment affects health in communities.
When you work with communities, you see the value of the research that's happening and the practical application right away.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've been really lucky in getting a scholarship from the Nasivvik Centre, which meant that this year I was able to spend less time doing off-campus work or on-campus work and more time in the community, which has made a huge difference. And then also I've been able to get funding for additional trips. And so all based on time, so time put into the project and time in the community, and so I've gotten major support that way.
Conducting research in the North is difficult to begin with, but also due to costs, and so that has been tremendously helpful and has allowed me to go up there now 3 times and soon to be 5 times at least during the duration of my project, which has been great. But not only that, just the support. As a first-year master's student who's very new to all this, it's really great to have that support.